Well, Ukraine says more than 320,000 citizens have returned home from abroad to help in the war effort against Russia. That aid ranges from picking up guns to delivering supplies and really everything in between. I spoke with several people who tell me their decision to come back to a war zone was an easy one. We've all seen images of Ukrainians fleeing the war, but there is a lesser told story. Those Ukrainians who travel in the opposite direction.
We're trying to do this also to show people that it is possible not only to leave the country, but also to come back to the country and to fight for this country because it's worth it.
Les and Olena were students at Ohio University, a Ukrainian couple who decided to head into the war zone when Russia invaded their country. They took first aid classes in America, collected donations, flew from Columbus to Warsaw, and drove to Kyiv, not even telling their parents so they wouldn't worry.
When I was at the door, so I called them and said, "Don't freak out, please open the door."
Oh, gosh.
They freak out. This was a really combined feeling. So my father was trying on me like, "You're an idiot, why are you doing it?" But at the same time, he was smiling.
They now drive the roads they've known since childhood, delivering supplies. Les is conscripted, so he could be drafted at any time.
It is my choice. It's my choice to stay here because this is my place where I grew up, I was raised, and I was born. So it is something more than just like, be safe and study and trying to protect everything I can, everything that I am. I mean, I am these places. I mean, this coffee shop, this downtown of Kyiv.
There are those who fled in the first days of the war, like Mark Wilkins and his wife Olga. But after a few days safely resettled in Berlin, they say something didn't feel right. So they drove right back to Ukraine. What was that like? What was your frame of mind that day?
It felt good. We felt determined, certain, and happy to be back finally, to be able to make ourselves useful.
A British-Swiss filmmaker who moved to Ukraine in 2016, he is now using his skills to create profiles of ordinary Ukrainians who've become resistance fighters overnight.
It's my city, I need to defend it.
All to raise funds for the war effort.
I'm not a soldier, I don't know how to handle a gun, but I'm a filmmaker, I'm a communicator, and this is what I'm doing now.
Now the couple has decided to stay in Ukraine. Not yet back to their home in Kyiv, but in the relative safety of an apartment in Lviv, in the western part of the country. And then there are those like Ilya Shpolyansky, settled in Berlin with his wife and 3 kids. He knew from day one of the Russian invasion that he would head back to his home city of Mykolaiv.
Це вже другий раз, тому що я в 14-му році теж був добровольцем. І тому це вже, скажімо так, я думаю, що з перших хвилин війни дружина розуміла, що це незворотнє, і їй не вдасться якби мене затримати.
Shpolyansky starts his day at dawn, distributing basic supplies like medicine, gloves, boots, sleeping bags, walkie-talkies, what troops need to keep up the fight. His hometown is in the crosshairs of the Russian assault between Kherson and Odessa. Fierce bombardments and shelling have caused devastation throughout the region, but the Ukrainians are pushing back.
Неважливо, що я живу в Берліні, неважливо, в якому місті б я жив. Україна – це є часткою моєї душі, і я не буду якщо я не зможу жити в тій, розуміючи, що в світі є вільна Україна, яка є.
3 stories, 3 journeys, all one destination, back home to a country at war.